Hello, you're watching News Mongolian MNB World. I'm your host, Ayundalir Basaho. Our top stories. Mongolian business owners in the United States are facing human resource challenges. Mongolian leathercraft holds promise for new enterprises. The official launch of the Women Entrepreneur Center mobile application took place today. For other news, stay tuned. The official launch of the Women's Entrepreneurship Center, a mobile application of the Women's Economic Empowerment Project, funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Canada, is part of the Asia Foundation's Women Economic Program, took place today.
Asia Foundation's Women's Economic Empowerment Project in Mongolia was launched on September 25, 2020. The project supports women's organizations to work on a range of economic empowerment issues in Mongolia. The official launch of the Women's Entrepreneurship Center, a mobile application of the Women's Economic Empowerment Project, took place today at the Shangri-La Hotel. The launch was attended by members of parliament, entrepreneurs and government officials. With the support of the Canadian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Women's Economic Empowerment Project aims to empower women's rights organizations and enhance women's participation, empowerment and leadership in the Mongolian economy through comprehensive cooperation to strengthen women's economic capacity.
Today's event is very significant because this is the launch of the Women's Business Center mobile application in Mongolia. This launch is being done in the context of the Canada-supported Women's Economic Empowerment Project, which is implemented by the Asia Foundation. In the framework of this project, the Asia Foundation has worked with other partners to establish women's business centers in Mongolia. These centers enable and support women entrepreneurs. Most small businesses in Mongolia are owned by women. However, we know that women have been disproportionately affected in a negative way by the effects of the pandemic and by other factors which cause challenges and barriers for them to succeed in their business and in their professional lives. This app that is being launched today will be a very important tool that is going to allow women entrepreneurs from all across Mongolia to not only connect with the tools and resources that are available to them and to support them through the women's business centers, but also for them to connect with each other.
The Asia Foundation's Women Economic Empowerment Project aims to increase women's participation and leadership in the Mongolian economy and will run from 2020 to 2024. On August 16, 2021, an agreement was signed with the Mongolian National Chamber of Commerce and Industry to provide training and mentoring services needed by the Asia Foundation's Women Entrepreneur Center to run their business successfully.
As I just mentioned in my presentation, our WE program, our Women's Economic Empowerment Program, actually has 3 projects. One is with the Canadian government, which is actually titled Women's Economic Empowerment Project in Mongolia. And then we also have a project with the Australian government to provide much needed support to women entrepreneurs in the context of COVID. And then we're also working on another B2B platform to help enhance the services available to women entrepreneurs. So our projects really try to address the issue of women's economic empowerment holistically. We acknowledge that it's a complex issue, so we're working with civil society, building networks and coalitions to try to advocate for women's economic empowerment, and then also providing direct support to women entrepreneurs through our WBC and also through our app, which we're launching today.
The mobile application was developed by Tomio EdTech. The application is to provide women entrepreneurs access to the center's services and trainings anytime, anywhere.
The COVID-19 pandemic has plunged the world into a global economic crisis. Each country is taking different response measures to address its specific challenges. In the United States, the Mongolian Embassy held a meeting on how Mongolian business owners in the United States can overcome the impacts of the pandemic.
The Embassy of Mongolia in the United States brought together Mongolian entrepreneurs who have been successfully operating businesses in the United States in various fields, including construction, real estate, transportation, law, education, and sports. They were introduced to the government of Mongolia's new economic recovery policy during the meeting and talked about how businesses in the U.S. are being hit harder by a shortage of workers than they are by other financial difficulties.
I've been in business for 12 years now. We have a lot of opportunities to expand our business, but we have a problem with loans.
Doing business abroad can be a problem anywhere. There are a lot of human resource issues, so we're talking to the embassy about how to work on human resources. There's an initiative to provide driver training in Mongolia.
The United States has a shortage of 80,000 truck drivers. The owners of trucking companies operating in the U.S. for more than 20 years say that Mongolian drivers could address the shortage. It was also highlighted that Mongolians have the opportunity to invest in the world's largest market based on the know-how of Mongolian entrepreneurs who have been successful in the U.S. The Mongolian Embassy in the United States says it will focus on the effective use of bilateral relations to support economic recovery.
The government of Mongolia has adopted the new revival policy. The main concept is very clear. The post-pandemic economic crisis needs to be overcome in the short term. Vision 2050 sets the direction for economic growth. That's why we're organizing this event today.
Government officials and Mongolian business owners believe that businesses operating in the United States have the potential to contribute to the Mongolian government's economic recovery policy, attract investment, and open new doors in areas such as transportation, construction, and the environment.
The pandemic has hit businesses hard over the last 2 years. However, some entrepreneurs have found business opportunities despite the pandemic's challenges. One example is a leather craft factory that relies on domestically produced raw materials.
2 young students started Agni Leader Collection back in 2001. Over the past 20 years, they have been persistently developing their brand and have built a loyal following.
Our enterprise is medium-sized and holds a manageable position in the Mongolian leather craft industry.
The key to growing a business is building a regular and loyal client base. One of their regular clients is the prominent Mongolian rock band Harang, who has supported the brand since its beginnings.
I appreciate their unwavering personality. They're still the same girls I've known since the 2000s.
The band Harang is our loyal customer. They have been showing us consistent support. Not only the main members of the band, but their families and other artists close to them have also supported our products.
The company started by these 2 women has successfully survived the pandemic because almost all of their raw materials come from the domestic market. They haven't struggled with the logistics and import challenges other businesses have faced.
We were challenged. Also, we discovered new opportunities for our business. As a result, our quality has improved.
Back in 2001, Tugus Jargal and Dolom Surung started their company from scratch with an investment of 1 million Mongolian tuguruk. It all started with 3 sewing machines and a rental apartment. Now the founders are aspiring to grow their business to become a national brand.
According to the Ministry of Health on Tuesday, 46 new COVID-19 cases were detected nationwide and no additional deaths were reported. Now let's take a look at Mongolian current affairs.
Ambassador Batsitsuk presented a copy of her letter of credence to Enri Prieto Tika, Director General of Protocol and Ceremonial of State of the Republic of Peru on March 17th. During the virtual ceremony, Ambassador Batsitsuk highlighted that this year marks the 25th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Mongolia and Peru. She expressed her commitment to developing friendly relations and cooperation between the 2 countries in all areas. Director General Prietov wished the ambassador success in her endeavors and congratulated her on the start of her diplomatic mission. Баяр цэцэг Баян Гэрэл, the star of the Mongolian film The Sales Girl, directed by Singtorch Janchivtorch, received the Best Actress award at the 2022 Osaka Asian Film Festival. The Sales Girl premiered in 2021. Director Singtorch said, "It was such a great feeling. I hope that Mongolians saw from our movie that the Mongolian films promoted internationally don't only have to be about Mongolian culture and traditions. We are sure that our movie has demonstrated that the Mongolian film industry is keeping up with global trends. Winning an award like this, competing with 954 movies from 31 countries, is a huge success." The 17th Osaka Asian Film Festival, one of Asia's most prestigious film festivals, was held from March 10th to 20th.
Now let's check on the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Following this, let's tune in for our regular feature on sports. The fourth match of the Yenste Football League final organized by the Basketball Federation took place yesterday, and the Haskulgut team lifted the championship trophy. They defeated Ertnes Miners 4-0 in the best-7 series of the finals.
8 teams competed in the playoffs. Haskulgut and Ertnes Miners teams got to the finals. The Haskulgut won their 7th title, while the Miners, who are in their 2nd season, made it to the final for the first time. The matchup between Bitlun and Sancher, the current face of Mongolian basketball, made the series spectacular, and both athletes put up a great performance. Finally, the Haskulgut won the 7-game series 4-0 to win their 7th championship. As a result, the team won the most leagues in the history of Mongolian basketball. Bitlun was named the finals MVP, and in one season he became the MVP of the season and finals MVP. Also, Puruvdorch, the head coach of Khutgut, became the best coach of the league last season. The main goal of the Yenste Premier League was to form a national team and participate in international competitions that had not been played for many years. Accordingly, the Mongolian Basketball Association, which is registered with FIBA and is led by honored coach Tsiurpal, has announced the preliminary squad for the Asian Games and the Asian Cup qualifiers. The federation has also said that overseas athletes have the opportunity to join the national team.
And here's the weather forecast for major cities around the world. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for staying with us on News Mongolia. See you next time with more stories and updates. Please follow MNB World on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Goodbye.